Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the resume writing process, a 5-minute tutorial for you. There's 3 really important things that you need to consider. First of all, you have to really read and understand the skills that the job posting is actually asking for. You don't want to have a situation where you basically are not the right person for the job, or you don't really even know what the job is asking for. Then you need to actually assess honestly whether or not you have the skills that are being asked for in the job description. It is possible to apply to a job that has a different set of skills than what you have if you're trying to kind of switch directions, but you need to be able to prepare a very thoughtful response to the question, why don't you have skills that really match what is being asked for in this job description? So it's really important that you can map your experience to what that job is actually asking for. Then you need to connect the dots in your resume, and you need to focus on skills, not on labels. So your 1-2 punch on this is writing a skills-based resume and your cover letter. The purpose of the resume is not to get you a job, it's actually to get you an interview. So you can afford to make it very streamlined and only 1 page long. You want your resume to be 1 page long. The cover letter performs a similar task to the resume. It's just a way to kind of address in words why you think you're the right person for the job, what skills you bring to bear that are relevant. So they're both really important to spend some time thinking about and doing a really thoughtful job. CVs versus resumes. Most students don't really understand that they're 2 different things. They're not interchangeable at all. As I said a moment ago, resumes are no longer than 1 page. You want to keep it very, very short and very brief. You've got basically the top half of the first page to get their attention. And resumes are targeted to every single position that you apply for. So you should be prepared to actually write a unique resume for every single job that you're interested in applying for. So now let's see an example. This is something I just made up, but this is your standard PhD CV sort of format. You've got your objective, which in fact is a totally useless thing. It just wastes that valuable real estate that's at the top half of the first page. So I would advise getting rid of it, but anyway, it's in there because that's kind of the standard CV. And then you've got her education, bachelor's, master's, PhD, work experience, focusing on titles, publications, presentations. It's just a standard kind of CV format. Now we actually have a job description that was patterned after something that it was on the APS job board. As you can see, instrument design engineer, the job description, lead a new instrument team, have experience in microcontrollers, data acquisition, analog and digital signal processing, algorithm design, schematics, written and oral communication skills, and also be comfortable working and leading a team. So that's what they're actually looking for. Now, if you're an HR person, and you're sitting here with this CV on the left hand and this job description on the right, would you conclude based on the information on Jane's CV that she has any relevant skills to this job? Well, obviously the answer is no, because none of the words that are in the job description are actually on the left anywhere, which is too bad because, you'd say, is this a good fit? Probably not, which is too bad, because Jane designed and built the entire electronic data acquisition system for her experiment when she was that research assistant. She also wrote data analysis programs that were an essential piece of the software that her group still uses to this day. And she also developed and led a highly successful outreach program to local schools in her spare time. So these are all actually skills that she picked up that would have been relevant to that job description had she written them down. So let's actually try that again, but with a skills-based resume. This is the same exact CV or the same information recast as a skills-based resume. All of a sudden, we have data acquisition experience, software design. The education down at the bottom isn't relevant. The objective statement, totally gone. We get right to the chase. And now, if you look at that same job description and say that you were looking at this resume instead, you would say, oh, data acquisition, software design, all of the things that HR hiring staff would be looking for are suddenly visible in this resume. And then they would say, oh my gosh, she's a great fit. Let's get her in for an interview. So that's just a very quick example of how you can recast what would be in a typical CV as a skills-based resume, and it's a very, very powerful tool.